YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy T, and I'm back with another live, guys. And today's live is Game Day Monday Live, where early waiver wire ads. Yes, guys, early waiver wire ads. So I got 5 guys. These guys are kind of like stashes at this point in time of the season because we kind of know what's going on. The waiver wire is kind of dry. But there is a couple guys that people are looking for in the waiver. We do have some injuries. It is COVID. You do have to prepare for that. So I got 5 guys in each position as early waiver wire ads. And I'm going to do another waiver wire video tomorrow. But this is early waiver wire ads. And I got 5 guys in each position. So, guys, let the questions come. You got any kind of question about anything? I got you. So let's get these fantasy football championships. Let's go. So let me see something real quick, guys. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start off reading out my list. And I'm going to start with the tight end position. Now, the tight end position is not a lot of guys out here, but it's a couple guys that I do want to mention. And like I said, it's the tight ends is very volatile. So it's not like a great guy, or I don't know what's on your waiver wire in your particular league, but I got some guys to talk about. So first, Jared Cook. You need to pick up Jared Cook. He's part of a really good offense. Now, the Los Angeles Chargers have been struggling a little bit, right? But still, Jared Cook is still a tight end. If you need to stream a tight end, you got a tight end that catch COVID. Jared Cook is a nice replaceable guy where you can throw him in your lineup and let the chips fall where they fall. Next guy is Tommy Trimble. Now, this is a long shot guy, but this is a guy that is on the offense, and he's a starting tight end for the Carolina Panthers. They did trade away Dan Arnold. So Tommy Trimble does have talent. He just needs targets. But this is a long shot guy, so I'm just throwing out names. Guys that you can pick up and stash, and you never know who's going to catch COVID or what kind of opportunities is going to come. Next is Foster Moreau. We know Darren Waller went down, so Foster Moreau pretty much is probably already rostered in your leagues, but if he's not, you go get him. Keep somebody else from getting him. Even if you got a tight end. If you got an extra spot on your bench, go pick up Foster Moreau. Next is David Njoku. David Njoku is he's getting he's running more routes now. They was using other guys like Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper and stuff. No, not Hunter Henry, but Hunter Bryant. And now David Njoku is lining up at wide receiver, running routes like a wide receiver. So you need to go be picking this guy up. He's actually one of my favorite tight ends. This is not tight ends in any particular order, but these guys needs to be picked up. Next is Gerald Evereck. Yes, Gerald Evereck. And he's playing tonight, so you can still play him. But this guy's been getting the most targets on this team the last couple of weeks with Russell Wilson going through the finger injury. So Gerald Evereck is a guy that you can pick up and play off the waiver wire tonight, or just going forward. You can stash him tonight. That way you don't have to bid on him Monday. Okay, let's get to the wide receivers. I got 5 wide receivers. The first one is Russell Gage. He plays for the Atlanta Falcons, and they don't have Calvin Ridley, so they need another wide receiver to help Kyle Pitts and help Cordell Patterson. So Russell Gage is the guy. He's had a touchdown. He had a touchdown this past week, so he at least has upside for a touchdown. Next guy is Deandre Carter. Now, Curtis Samuel is coming back. He does play the role that Curtis Samuel plays, but he hasn't been injured like Curtis Samuel. So tonight, I love Deandre Carter. Curtis Samuel is coming back probably with a snap count. So Deandre Carter still will have some fantasy value. I like this guy for a stash. Next is Juwan Jennings from the San Francisco 49ers. Juwan Jennings, with Debo having a groin injury, Juwan Jennings could be seeing higher snaps, more targets, and more routes run. So Juwan Jennings is a guy that you can pick up and play as a flex. Next is Zay Jones. We know what happened. John Brown, they just cut him. Deshaun Jackson seems to be taking on to that role that Henry Ruggs did, but Zay Jones still does get targets. So that's just a long shot waiver play, but you can pick him up. The next guy is NVS, and I made videos on him. I've been talking about this guy the last 3 to 4 weeks. I've been telling guys to go pick him up, and to me, he has arrived. He's had 20 targets in the last 2 weeks. He's caught 8, 9 of those targets, which is fine, but he's been getting targeted by Aaron Rodgers. Yes, Aaron Rodgers. I said what I said. And so those are high targets. Those are really good, valuable targets for MVS. Let's go on to the running back position. Now, like I said, these guys are long shot stash type guys. These guys aren't guys that you need to go and play wide array. Some of these guys, maybe, I don't know who in your league, but if you got a question about a guy that may be available on your waiver wire, I'll help you. I'll let you know, like, no, this guy actually is a valuable guy. I didn't mention him in my list because I didn't know he was out on your list. But yeah, so just ask me any questions that you have. If you don't know, well, is this guy a waiver wire pickup? So, starting with running backs. Benjamin. And that's the reason because Chase Edmonds is out and Connor's the only guy there. If something happens to Connor, Benjamin is going to get that work, right? They may pick up a running back off the street, but Benjamin will be getting more work. Another guy is Ronald Jones. Yes, Ronald Jones. Leonard Fournette is booming. So Ronald Jones don't have a shot right now to take out Leonard. But if something happens to Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones will be a smash play. He was going to have a lot of goal line opportunities. Another guy with the Deandre Swift injury, which he might be out 1 to 2 weeks, is Jamar Jefferson. We know Jamal Williams, and this is the other waiver wire guy, Jamal Williams. He shouldn't be out there, but if he is, you go spend the waiver wire priority, whatever you need to go get him, because he's going to get a lot of work. He's going to get 25 carries. But Jamar Jefferson is the backup. He's the third running back. It's DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, and Jamar Jefferson. Now, with DeAndre Swift being out, Jamar Jefferson moves up to the number 2. And these guys get a lot of carries. These guys aren't like a bench. Like the number 2 running back on the Lions is getting 12 touches. So that's why I mentioned Jamar Jefferson. We don't know. Something can happen to Jamal Williams going into this week. So Jamar Jefferson, if you already got him or you pick him up early and for a little bit of nothing, then you don't have to bid on him at the end of the week if we find out something about Jamal Williams. Okay, last but not least, is the guy that I've been talking about all season, but they shut him down. They didn't want to give him any targets or any opportunities. It's Kenneth Gainwell. Listen, Jordan Howard went down. Boston Scott seems to be the guy. Miles Sanders went out with another injury. Who's the backup running back to Boston Scott? It's Kenneth Gainwell. So I'm thinking that you need to stats Kenneth Gainwell to find out what's going on. Okay, so quarterbacks. And then after I get to the quarterbacks, guys, then I'm going to go to the chat and read out the questions in the chat. The next guy is at quarterback for quarterbacks is Joe Flacco. I said what I said. Zach Wilson, he's the young, promising rookie for the future, but he doesn't look good, and this offense is not moving efficiently with him. Joe Flacco is the best player. He helps Elijah Moore value. He helps Michael Carter value when he comes back. He helps the whole team value. So I believe Joe Flacco will be started again, and you can already have him stashed on your team and don't have to bid for him because you see how Cam played. I admit, I told guys to play Cam. I was wrong on that one. Got to wear that one full 100%. I thought he could do, but he did do. He had a rushing touchdown, and they had good opportunities. But then once they got behind, it was a wrap. So Joe Flacco is a guy that I like streaming over guys like Cam Newton and stuff. The next guy is my pickup of the week from all positions, and I've been telling y'all how long about this guy. It's Taysom Hill. I said what I said. Taysom Hill. Why haven't y'all picked up Taysom Hill? He's about to be the starter. If you don't have him stashed and you got the bid on him and you don't have the money, it's your fault. Because I've been telling you to stash this guy all year long. Taysom Hill's about to come in there and be a dual threat quarterback. So even if he's not that good, he's still going to give you 20 points, 20 points. Taysom Hill. So guys, go pick up Taysom Hill for this waiver wire period. Or you should already have him stashed. Because if you follow my channel, most of my guys got Taysom Hill stashed already. So moving on. Mason Rudolph. I don't know if Big Ben is going to start. It might be Dwayne Haskins or Mason Rudolph, but it's going to be one of these guys. I don't know if Big Ben finished the season if they missed the playoffs. Maybe they try to hit the best to roll him out there because he's the vet, and they don't want him going out like that. So, but I just don't know. See, he's holding his elbow and stuff. He just didn't look good at the end of the game. Next one is Jordan Love. Did you hear about Aaron Rodgers going to get toe surgery? Now, listen, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to miss any games. But I had to mention Jordan Love in case he's out for 1 week to get the surgery, right? So Jordan Love could be a spot star. He's not great like Aaron Rodgers, but he could be a spot star because I know it's getting volatile. It's getting to playoff time. You might need the quarterback. All right, and the last but not least is P.J. Walker. Cam, yes, they're going to give you opportunity, but if you go out there and lay another egg, they got to go to P.J. Walker. They just got to. There's no way that you're going to keep rolling Cam out there and he connected only for 3 passes. It's not going to happen. So those are my 5 guys for each position that you should be looking to add as an early waiver wire video or live. So let me get to the chat. Hip Hop Nation. He said, yes, sir. Appreciate it, bro. It's here as always. He said, TD the GOAT. Appreciate it, bro. Matt L says that Cam Newton Kittle trade isn't looking too bad. You know, it's not. It's not. So you traded away Cam Newton and Kittle, right? What did you get, Matt? Let me know what you got in return. He said, okay. He said, I flipped Newton and Kittle for Odell and Freiermuth. Good job, bro. That's not a bad deal. I got to give it to you. You made a good deal. Kittle didn't play good this week, but I don't know if I'd have took Freiermuth over Kittle. But right now, you got the sauce, so I'm not going to say anything else about that, bro. Great deal. It was a great deal. Austin says, good. You the man. Appreciate it, Austin. Appreciate it, homie. What's going on, E? E says, yo, what's good, bro? Chase Edmonds worth keeping, right? Yes, he's worth stashing. Yes, he is. Someone dropped him, and I immediately grabbed him. I would have done the same. Bro. Yes, sir. Hold on, guys. Let me do something to the live real quick. So, there we go. Yep. But yeah, I would have grabbed him too immediately, bro. You did the right thing. That was you can't drop Chase Edmonds. When he comes back, he's gonna get work again. Now I don't know how much. I think he's not gonna hurt James Conner, but you can't leave Chase Edmonds out on the waiver because he's gonna be a nice play for you, a nice flex play. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can change this. There we go. Bam. Right there. Bam. There we go. Okay, let me do this. All right. Finish the football. All right. And then another one here. Okay, and then one more waiver wire. Ali waiver wire. Okay, there we go. All right. Let me hit save. Just have to fix something with the live, guys. I got to make sure the live is right. There we go. Bam. There we go. Okay. All right. So let me get to the rest of these questions. And Matt L says, drop Trevor Siemian for Taysom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I would do. Will, what's going on, Will? Will says, drop Ty Johnson for Boston Scott. I don't know. You ain't necessarily got to drop Ty Johnson, but if he's the weakest guy on your team and you need a running back to play, because you can pay Ty Johnson over Boston Scott. But if you like Boston Scott that much, then yes, if you have to, if Ty Johnson's the weakest guy on your lineup, then yes, I would drop Ty Johnson for Boston Scott if that's what you want. But I figure Ty Johnson is just as good as Boston Scott. But if Miles Sanders is out and Jordan Howard's not back, then yes, Boston Scott probably is a better play than Ty Johnson. I would agree with that. Ian says, what's up, TD? Smash the like button, fellas. Yes, sir. Hey, David says, what up? Yup. Matt L says, I got Drew Brees, Herline, winning comeback player of the year. He said, I got Drew Brees, Herline, winning comeback player of the year. Why you talking about Drew Brees, Herline? Leave him alone, man. He older, bro. David Hess says, I am keeping faith with Bateman in my flex. I got you, bro. Look, last night, I don't know what to say about that. Lamar played one of his terrible games that he ever played in his whole career. So, hey, I'm still stashing Bateman because I know what type of talent he is. So, yes, I agree with you, David. Hip Hop Nation says, I'm down by 14 and I got rushed tonight. Thoughts? Bro, you got a great shot. 14 points is nothing for a quarterback, especially for Russell Wilson. Even if he's not been 100% Russell Wilson, you still got a great opportunity. He can get there with his eyes closed. I believe that. So you got a great opportunity, bro. Monty, he said, what's good, TD? DK going to boom tonight. I hope so, bro. I need him. Y'all know I'm high on DK. Zach, what's up, Zach? He says Bateman or OBJ next week. Bro, that's close. Right now, it might change. Right now, I'm going to say OBJ. I'm going to say OBJ, but as I get closer to the week, I might say Bateman. Will says, I have Singletary and Collins. Yeah, those are like flex play running backs at the best. Collins hasn't looked that good with Seattle, and Singletary, Matt Breider took his position. So it is what it is. Matt L says, who should I start on Adams by, Odell or Bateman? I'm going to have to go with Odell as of right now, but it might change coming up Friday, right? I might change my answer, but right now I'm going to say Odell. Matt L says, Zach just asked the same question as me. Yes, sir. And that usually happens, guys. It's like each week is its own main question. Sometimes I got 5 people that ask me the same question because people have those same players. So that's what happens, Matt. Zach says, laugh out loud, Matt. I'm in that same predicament. David says, it's Russ Wilson's birthday. He's going to ball out. Hip Hop Nation. Yes, sir. I hope so. Matt L says, it's a shame Antonio Brown dropped. Yeah, it is. But he's still one of the best players to me on the Buccaneers. So when he comes back, I'm starting. Yes, sir. Let me see here. Yeah, how many likes we got here, guys? We got 8 likes. Let's get the likes up, fellas. Zach says, TD, I also have Kirk. Should I start him over OBJ? No, if Collar wasn't hurt, then I would say maybe. But now OBJ is getting more situated with this offense that he's in. So him and Matthew Stafford, their targets and their value is going to go up. So I like OBJ going forward, as long as he's healthy. Got to watch that back, though. Matt L says, 0 RB looking pretty good about right now. All top 6 RBs are dealing with the injuries right now. This is what I've been saying. Yep, I agree with you 100%. Yep. Matt L says, Christian Kirk. Yeah, if what you call is not back, I'm not. If Kyler Murray's not back, I'm not playing Christian Kirk. So I would play OBJ over Christian Kirk until Kyler comes back. And then I still have to think about it then. Excuse me, guys. David Hess says, AB's coming back just in time for me to rest Debo. Okay. Yep. AB going to take you to a championship, David. I said what I said. AB's going to take you to a championship. Matt L says, I would start OBJ. Yeah, I think I'm going to start him too. If I got him in the league, right? I don't got him in any leagues, but I'm just saying I agree with you. I would start him too. He looked good with Matt Stafford. We all know what he is. He's explosive. He runs good routes. So if they get on the same page, he would be okay. He's going to have your floor of 10 points every week with touchdown upside. What's up, Deshaun? What's up, bro? He says, sit 1. C-Pat, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson. Woo! Bruh. Whoo! I'm going to say Deontay, and that's tough. That's in a vacuum because Cordell Patterson, Keenan Allen is getting hyper-targeted in PPR. So I say Deontay, bro. But sitting Deontay, I don't feel great about that. But out of those 3 guys, I got to say him. Great question, Deshaun. Great question. Zach says, thanks, TD. My RBs are looking good with Fournette, Mitchell, and Najee. You got killers. Fournette, Mitchell, and Najee? Killers. Matt L says, Debo's coming who? Debo's coming who? Debo. Second Take says, what up, bro? Oh, okay. I see it. I see it. It's all good. My Cowboys going to be straight. They're going to be straight, bro. Ian Taylor says, Adams and A.J. Brown. Our is Josh Reynolds of Detroit, a worthwhile pickup. Okay, Adams and A.J. Brown. Out of the, he says, it's Josh Reynolds of Detroit, a worthwhile pickup. Yeah, he's a deep stash. He's a deep stash. Yep. Second Take says, it's 4-point pass and touchdown, 21-7. Hey, you can do it. Because rushing yards can help you get there. Incepted says, sit one, full PPR. Mitchell, Renfro, Ayuk. Renfro. I'm sitting Renfro. Second Take says, which running back do you like on the Panthers? It's got to be Hubbard. It's got to be Chuba. Got to be Chuba. Matt L says, Friday reference. Oh, Debo. Okay. Okay. Yeah, bro, I got so much going on, I'll be forgetting something sometimes. Second Take says, TD, give me one handcuff. Jeff Wilson, Sony Michel, or Scott, or P. Ryan. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to say Sony Michel. Sony Michel. Owen, what's good, bro? He says, yo, TD, I need to drop 30 points PPR to get a dub tonight. Do I start Terry McLaurin or Tyler Lockett? I'm going to say Terry McLaurin. Tyler Lockett's not a bad play, but I'm going to say Terry over Tyler. Terry's by himself mostly. Second Take says, you got a Super Bowl prediction? I better not hear the Cowboys in this one. I'm going to say Green Bay Packers in the NFC because they got 8. As long as they keep Bell Collins and A.J. Dillon, I'm going to say them. In the AFC, I'll probably say, as in right now, don't hold me straight for this, bro, but I'll say the Tennessee Titans. And the Green Bay Packers. If Sefton says Pitts or Knox, I'm going to say Knox. Yep, Knox. He's been balling out, and he's the go-to guy on this team. I mean, yeah, Stephon Diggs is a go-to wide receiver, but for his tight end, Knox is getting 7 to 8 targets. So, and he's got a lot of touchdown upside. So, I'm going to say Knox. Second Take says, Cowboys defensive tackle Tristan Hill is being suspended 2 games for throwing this punch at the Las Vegas Raiders. He did. Guard John Simpson after Thursday Thanksgiving Day game. Yep, he did. It's all good, though. We don't need him. We're going to be good. Just remember that. Second Take says, go, Pack, go. We agree. Yeah, ain't no hate. I can't hate on the Packers. They look good with A.J. Dillon. Matt L says, Green Bay finna lose in the NFC game again. That's possible. And it might be to my Cowboys. I said what I said. Second Take says, Water, a wide receiver 2 rest of the season. He might be a wide receiver 1 rest of the season. Yes. So I've been high on Water all season. Second Take says Pitts is still a top 10 tight end even with that game. Yes, he is. I agree 100%. Now, what I'm giving y'all is different. He didn't play good. So if you asking me between him and Knox, I'm going to give you Knox because it is what it is. But me, I'm still high on Pitts. I'm still playing him. Hopefully, he going to help me win a championship. Second Take says 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan said Deebo Samuel is expected to miss 1 or 2 weeks with a strain growing. Okay, so that's mean Juwan Jennings. That's a guy that you can pick up, and Brandon Ayuk is going to go like this. He's about to shoot up. Yep. So, guys, like, again, I'm going to read off the list. Tight ends, 5 guys, Jared Cook, Tommy Trimble, Foster Moreau, David Njoku, and Gerald Evereck. Wide receivers, Russell Gage, Deandre Carter, Juwan Jennings, Zay Jones, and MVS. Running backs, Eno Benjamin, Ronald Jones, Jamar Jefferson, Jamal Williams, and Kenneth Gainwell. Quarterbacks, Joe Flacco, Taysom Hill, Mason Rudolph, Jordan Love, and PJ Walker. And listen, these are guys that you can stash in case somebody go down, and also waiver wire pickup. So they're not just guys you go out and start immediately. Second Take says, I have lots of injuries on my team. I might need to start Javonte next week. Thoughts? Bro, there's nothing wrong. If you got him or Melvin Gordon, all I'm going to do is tell you to start him. I'm not going to try to get cute and say, well, this week is this week and that week is that week. No, if you got him, you start him. So you start Javonte, or if you got Melvin Gordon, you start him. If you got both, you start both. Second Take says, you called the Ayuk. Yes, I did. I've been on Ayuk all season. I've been on him all season. Yep. Second Take says, who is Waller backup? Foster Monroe. Would you like him or Pitts next week? Pitts. I'm going with Pitts over Foster Monroe. That's just me. Second Take says, status on AB, AK-41, and Cooper. I need all of them to play. I am 7-5, and 6 teams makes the playoff out of 12. So 7-5, you got a good chance. But AB is coming back soon. He's going to be good. AK-41 is coming back soon, and Amari Cooper. So all these guys are coming back, bro. All I'm going to say is weather the storm. Don't drop none of these guys. Weather the storm, and as they come back, you play them. Second Take says, did you hear the Kemba Walker news? No, I didn't. What happened, bro? Let me know. Nope, I didn't hear, bro. Let me know. Austin says, can't trust Elijah Moore with Wilson. Rest in peace. No, you can't. Unless that's the only play you got, then you have to play him. But you can't trust him for the upside and the boom with Wilson there. You got to go to Joe Flacco. He said, Secretary said, you think Gibson gets 10.6 fantasy tonight? Yes, I think he goes for at least 15. Second Take says, also score prediction tonight. 28 to 24. 28 to 24. Matt L says, Jalen Reagor a bomb. Yeah, he can't catch. He's a great athlete, but he got to learn how to catch the ball. So in the all season, he needs to go to the jug machine. Inceptus, what's going on, bro? Glad to see you here, man, as always, if I haven't said that already. But he says, how do you think the Eagles D will do against the Jets? I think they do well. Now, if Joe Flacco comes back, they probably can put up 21 points against that Eagles D. But if Joe Flacco doesn't come back, I say play them all day. It's easy. If it's Wilson playing, then you play the Eagles D. Second Take says, I had to drop him in fantasy. Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau tells reporters that Kemba is out of the rotation and Alec Burks will remain the starting point guard. Yeah, man, this has been over for Kemba since he left Charlotte. So it is what it is. He hasn't looked good with his injuries and stuff since he left Charlotte. Second Take says, Minnesota defense versus the Lions or Fins versus the Giants next week. I'm going to say the Fins versus the Giants. Austin says, I need 17 out of Scary Terry and 4 PPR. I think you're going to get it, bro. I think you have a chance. That's all you can hope for in fantasy is to have a chance. If it was 40, I'd be like, I don't know. But even that's possible. We've seen a lot of Monday night miracles. Brian B, what's up, bro? He says, lost CMC this week. Thankfully, have Madison to fill in. Good job. Good job with stashing Madison. He said, do you think Pollard booms this week? Yes, I do think Pollard booms this week if Zeke doesn't play. But if Zeke plays, I still think Pollard has a nice floor. But if Zeke is out, Pollard's going to boom. Easy. All day. Second Take says, imagine taking Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson in the draft. And that's what they did. I'm not going to say that's a terrible thing because Jalen Reagor he can run, he can jump, he's fast, he's good with the ball in his hands. But he's not Justin Jefferson in route running and catching. So they chose to go with the athlete. You got to deal with it. That's why when you're looking for wide receivers, you got to go with the craftiness or the athletic ability. And sometimes the athletic ability is not a great NFL receiver. Sometimes you got to go with the skill set of the craftiness, knowing how to run routes, great hands, great anticipation. That's what happened there. I don't blame the Eagles. Jalen Reagor wasn't a bad pick. It just didn't work out. Matt L says, Eagle fans crying that they didn't take Jefferson. They are. But that's hindsight 2020. Brian B says, need 33.5 from DK tonight. Not looking good. Anything possible, but now it's not looking great. That's like a low % chance of happening. But it's possible. This is DK Metcalf. I said what I said. This is DK. Second take says up 26 and playing DK. You see what I just said with Brian. So just as much as you think you got it, you can lose it too because DK can boom. That's the type of player he is. You're not playing Cole Beasley, right? You know, you're playing a guy that can go for 80 on you. 80-yard touchdown. Second take says, I think Gibson and Lockett score tonight. I think Gibson does too. Lockett, I don't know, but it's possible. Russell Wilson loves Lockett. I can't deny that. Austin says, CMC going to be a handcuff for Hubbard next year. Like it. I love that. Says CMC is a handcuff. Second take also says, next year, where are you taking CMC and Barkley in a 10-man PPR draft? Second or third round. I'm going 0 RB again. I'm not taking running backs. It's too volatile. It's a couple guys that I might take a chance on. It just depends. Like an A.J. Dillon, if they release Aaron Jones or he move on, I take A.J. Dillon in round 1 because I know he's hard. Anybody can get hurt, but I trust him. Some running backs I just don't trust. So it just depends, bro. Make sure you follow my channel all year, and I can give you these takes because I said about a lot. I talked about CMC. I talked about a lot of running backs with 0 RB. I'm not taking them. That's why I have Leonard Fournette and James Conner on my team because those are 0 RB targets. And I also told you guys about a lot of other players like Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's big. Listen, I done 5 videos in Taysom Hill since the beginning of the year. And you know how many views those videos has? Like 35, 20. And this is gas. He's getting ready to take the starting role, like I said. So just make sure you follow me all year, guys. Austin says, at second take, CMC nowhere. He's done. Second take says, also, you called the Taysom Hill pick, which was great. Appreciate that, bro. And another thing, guys, I was wrong about Cam, and I'm trying to think where else. The second take, if you can remember, there's a couple other takes that I was wrong this week, but a lot of other ones I was right on. You know, about, let's say out of 10 takes, I was at least right on 6 or 7 of them. About 3 of them I was off. Cam, who else? Who else was I off on? Let me know, second take. I can't remember right now. But yeah, I appreciate. Yeah, I did call the Taysom Hill. Will says, "What's going on?" Will says, "Should I drop Singletary or Collins for Matt Breider?" I would drop Singletary for him. Yes, I would. But you got to be careful because something can happen to Matt. But if you got to drop somewhere, I am playing Matt Breider over Singletary. So that Singletary is the drop. Second take says, Coach Matt Rule said Monday that Darnold's shoulder has resumed throwing some and will be further evaluated with the Panthers week 13 bye. David Newton of ESPN.com reports. Sam Darnold. Oh, buddy. Second take crazy. Sam Darnold. My homie, the one and only Gabriel. What's up, bro? He said, yo, bro. I'm up with 20 points. My opponent has Lockett, and I have Gibson. What you think? I like that you got Gibson. And you up by 20 points, it's over for him. Unless Gibson goes down with an injury, bro. And I don't even like saying that. I don't even want to put that out in the algorithm. So I believe that by you being up 20 and having Gibson, you prove. Unless, you know what I'm saying? I think you prove. So I think you got a 90% chance of winning today or winning tonight. He says, I could make the playoffs if it win. Bro, you got this win. You got it, bro. Matt L says, A.J. Dillon, top 3. If Jones leave, he's probably number 1. I said what I said, brother. I'm not exaggerating. He's probably number 1. Because, listen, who's going to stop him in the green zone? He's going to get all the green zone touches, and he can get 70 catches. 70 catches? So, I say he could be number 1, but definitely top 3. Yes, to answer your question, definitely top 3, Matt. Second take said, yeah, if I was here since week 1, this would have been fantastic. Yep. Yep, bro. Make sure you follow me, bro. Second take says, I don't know if you want to take credit, but you said Gordon over OBJ. Okay. Gordon over, what's Gordon? Melvin Gordon? Is it Melvin? Let me know if it's Melvin Gordon. Because I'm trying to think what Gordon and what I say play. But yeah, bro, because OBJ did pretty good, didn't he? Maybe I'm off on that one. So maybe I was wrong on that one. But the reason why for that, bro, which is no excuses, but I'm just giving you the way I play fantasy, is OBJ was volatile last week, right? He had a pick. He only played a couple snaps. So I'm going with the known commodity to be safe. But the upside was always OBJ. So put that back in the chat and let me know which Gordon, or if I was wrong or right, because you said take credit. But if I'm wrong, bro. So appreciate that, bro. Let me know. Secretary said, you also says Pitts over Gronk. Yes. Yeah, I did say Pitts over Gronk, but I don't know who got Pitts and Gronk, because you shouldn't have Pitts and Gronk on the same team. But yes, it's been times in the season when I was telling people like to go ahead and play Pitts. Don't worry about Gronk, because Gronk was out. So that's the only reason. But if Gronk is healthy, I'm not going to sit a Gronk on no team, because I'm not going to have Waller and Gronk on the same team. I'm not going to tell you to play Gronk over Waller. I'm never going to do that, bro. I'm going to always go with the guy that had higher draft capital if you got both of them on your team. So that's the only reason. But appreciate you telling me. That's just helping me, because I got to go back and watch that, because I don't know why I would tell somebody to play Pitts over Gronk unless you got both of them on your team and you talking about which one do I play kind of or situation. But like I said, I could have said that. Let me know, guys, if I told you something wrong as far as like a play like that. Matt L says, my homie really said I shouldn't have traded Cam. Shaking my head. Yeah, bro, and I was on the Cam bandwagon too, so I'm wrong on that too. I was on the Cam bandwagon too. Second take said, you also said Stafford over Cam, which was awesome. Yeah, and the only reason why I'm going to play Stafford is not because I knew what Cam was going to do. It's because Stafford had draft capital. I'm always going to go with the higher draft capital. I don't want to decide who to play at my quarterback position with two good guys, right? If it's like a bye week and I'm trying to decide over two guys, that's different. So that's the only reason why I said to play Stafford. So it wasn't that I knew that Cam was going to play bad, because I actually like Cam this week, but I was wrong. And I actually like Tyrod Taylor too, and he did good too. Austin says, I had to drop Pollard and Maddie last week. Please just tell me to take a lap. Yeah. Bro, you got to do what you got to do to win each week. But I try to keep certain guys on my bench because I know the running back position is volatile. So I try to keep running backs on my team in case somebody go down. But, bro, this is hindsight 2020. So you had to do what you had to do. I'm not going to chastise you for that, because sometimes you can't stash these guys when you got to go and win, right? I get it. Matt L says, I went from 10th place to the podium in a month. That's what I'm talking about. Melvin, okay. And how did Melvin do? Did Melvin do better than OBJ, or OBJ did better? Because I'm pretty sure OBJ did better. Austin says, anybody would have said to play Melvin over OBJ. Yep, I agree, Austin. That's what it's about. I'm not going to, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to give y'all, I would have told you the OBJ was the upside play, but I'm not going to tell you to play OBJ and he go out there and give you 5 points and Melvin Gordon get 15 to 20 carries. Like, I'd rather take the 15, 20 carry guy. Yeah, and he says OBJ has upside. You're right. And Gable says, I also stashed Madison the whole season and traded for A.J. Dillon 4 weeks ago, who got me matched up winning points through the bye week. Got you. That's why I have to stash the studs backups. Yep. Prove me wrong. Nope. You don't. You got to. If they are really good, like Kareem Hunt and A.J. Dillon is on a whole different level. So these are the guys that you keep on your team on the stash. Because they great talents, even though they backups. But they not really backups, but they not getting the whole workload. Austin says, and yeah, I played Pitts over Gronk too. He was coming off a serious rib injury. Exactly, Austin. You get it, bro. And Second Take ain't saying nothing bad. He just reminded me of what I said. But I like that you putting it out there because you give me the reason why I said that. Because I know I'm not going to tell nobody to just sit Gronk. But if I got Pitts on my team, now going next week, I'm going to tell you Gronk all day, right? Because Gronk, he's overcame the ribs injury, and Pitts has had 2 duds. So I'm going to tell you Gronk all week, like over Pitts. But I'm going to also tell you that you should have traded Pitts. But if you got both of them, you're going to have to deal with that. And when Gronk goes for 8 points and Pitts goes for 30, you can't come back and say, man, I should have played Pitts. Because that's fantasy. That's how it goes. You got to go catch a little rhythm with a player, and you squeeze it until he duds you. And then you might have to play him again. And then if he duds you again, then you move on. That's fantasy. If you act too quick or you wait too late, it's a medium. It could cost you. So sometimes you got to hold on. Sometimes you got to wait. You know what I'm saying? You got to go ahead and start a guy. So it just depends. It's fantasy. Yep. Let me see. And yeah, Second Take says Grunt showed up last week though. Yeah, he did. But he didn't have a lot of points. He had like what, 12, 13 points? Grunt didn't show up last week before that week. Let me look. Let me make sure. Because if he had 20 points, then yeah, that's crazy. Like I would have like, nah, you can't sit Grunt. I think he had a few extra more targets. And let me see. Oh, okay. And let me look at Gronk. Let me see, look at week 10. Okay. This NFL week. Okay, let me see this one. Health. Schedule. Let me type in Gronk. There we go. All right, guys. Yeah, I just want to see. Okay. Here we go, right here. Yeah, so he had 6 catches for 71 yards, and he had 13 points. So he did have 6 catches. I think Pitts has more upside than that. I believe that. I could be wrong on that Second Take, but I just thought Pitts had more upside than 6 catches for 71. I thought Pitts could go for 10 catches, 80 yards, in a tub himself. But yeah, so Gronk is a good play. Maybe it wasn't a good play this week over Kyle Pitts, but thank you, bro. I need to know that because it just helps me. So now I got to be like, okay, I can't be telling people to sit Gronk. Let me see. Let me go back up. Find where I'm at. Okay. And Second Take says Gainwell was a bad one and Mike Davis, but every other take was a pretty good offseason loan. Gainwell actually, bro, wasn't a bad one. He's not no bad one. He's actually, this is you got to understand what I'm saying, bro. Like my videos. Gainwell is a guy that you needed to have on your team. And now with him having on your team, yeah, you can drop him if you want to. But Gainwell still is a good talent as a rookie pick. That wasn't me talking about all the rookie running backs. I'm not saying Gainwell was better than CMC. And I know you're not saying that, but me talking about Nyheim Hines, you never going to try to say, well, he's not better than Jonathan Taylor. No, because Nyheim Hines, you don't pick him up for that. You pick Nyheim Hines up for a flex play, right? You never going to compare Nyheim Hines to a bell cow. I didn't compare Gainwell to a bell cow. But Mike Davis, I did. That's me, 100%. 100%. Mike Davis, I was totally wrong on that. And I'll take that one. But Gainwell, bro, that was cutting edge, bro. Like when he started hitting, don't say that's not like, oh, you was on him early. No, I know what Gainwell is. Just like I knew what A.J. Dillon. But A.J. Dillon didn't get a bell cow role last year. So was I wrong last year? No, I'm right. Just like A.J. Dillon is finally manifesting, Gainwell will manifest later in the seasons too. So I actually think I like Gainwell. He actually had a couple good games. For whatever reason they set him down, they set him down. I never told anybody to, other than per week to play Gainwell. In 1 week that I did tell people to play Gainwell, but I was never saying that Gainwell was a top 5 running back in fantasy. I never said that. I said he's a guy that you can go to win. You know what I'm saying? He's a PPR guy, like a guy that's going to get targets out the backfield, like Naeem Hines, maybe even Boston Scott, but Boston Scott took that role. And let me see. Let me think of another guy. There's a couple other guys out there that come in the game and get a couple targets, right? Jamal Hasty, those type of guys. But yeah, I just want to give context. So you're right, bro. I wasn't wrong on Mike Davis, guys. That's another one. He said, yeah, handcuffs is key this year in fantasy football. I call it 0 RB. I'm not picking up handcuffs. I didn't pick up Leonard Fournette for no handcuff. I didn't pick up James Conner for no handcuff. I picked these guys up because I know the running backs, they change. And I just like Cam Akers last year. Like Cam Akers didn't start until week 10, and then he boomed for the fantasy football playoffs. So that's what that call was. I'm gonna go ahead and get those guys on my team. And then I have bell cow wide receivers like Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs and Travis Kelce and let's say Lamar, Pat Mahomes, or Josh Allen to get me by. And then as I'm working the waiver wire, because I'm going to be working the waiver harder than other people for the running back position, because I went 0 RB. So any running back that comes available, I'm picking them up. So you know what a 0 RB person would have did? They would have picked up Cordell Patterson. See, but what if you had CMC and all these guys? You're not picking up Cordell Patterson because he's not going to fit on your team. But if you went 0 RB, you can work the waiver wire from week 1 all the way up to the playoffs. That's what 0 RB is about. Because wide receivers, you ain't going out and finding no Tyreek Hill. You're not finding no Stephon Diggs. So them guys are just bail cowed out. Even if they get hurt, you're not going to find nobody who's going to play like them. But running backs, one go down, another one coming. So why would you waste your draft pick on a first-round running back when he could go down? When you can go and just say, listen, I might have to start the season, I might have weak running backs. But Cordell Patterson out there, okay, I'm picking him up. You don't start in the second week. He boom again. Then the third week you play him. Now look what you got. You got a league-winning player. So that's how I play fantasy. Because I found out drafting these running backs early, both of your guys can go down, and then it's over for you. You're the last place team. So, bro, I'm just wanting to explain that because I want y'all to understand why I talk about 0 RB. Austin said 0 RB next season and then drafting all good handcuffs. Yep. That's what I'm talking about, Austin. Yep. And he says plus playoff time. Yep. Not DeMayo. What's up, bro? He said, bro, what is happening with Najee? Tell me. So Najee, he's good. It's just this offense is putrid. So I still like Najee. You still got to roll Najee out there. He's still going to have good games. But Big Ben don't have the arm to get the ball downfield. So everybody's coming up and trying to stop Najee. So it's just Najee's going to be a good talent. He's a dynasty buy. But in redraft this year, he's selling his cut off. But I still think he has some good games. And I'm still rolling him out there in the playoffs. And I'm pretty sure everybody trade periods went by. But I've been high on Najee. And if Najee end up deading you for the rest of the year, that's another thing that I take accountability for because I said that he wasn't. I told people to trade for him. So I'm just want to write down a couple things that I've been wrong on. But also I'm going to have a live where I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've talked about all season to find out how good I've been this season. So, guys, I want you to compare me to other content creators. Compare it to what they say. Because, you know, guys, I could come in here and tell you to play the same guys all the time, and you would never know nothing about no A.J. Dillon, nothing about no Antonio Gibson, nothing about Taysom Hill, nothing about Elijah Moore, nothing about MVS, because I'm not doing that because, right, I could be wrong. So you got to understand, my risk and reward is bigger. That's like if I go to stocks and I go to a stock that nobody's like, man, that stock that ain't going to hit, and I put $10 in it and the other stuff go down, that's fine. But if that's one stock goes up, that's a bet. I took a risk, but it's the reward is greater. So me talking about MVS and Taysom Hill should be having y'all ready to win championships because y'all should already have the other belt, the easy guys. Like, you know, the draft CMC number 1 if you got the number 1 pick, right? Or the draft, draft certain guys, you know that. But the guys who's going to be changing into starting roles, like Brandon Ayuk. So, perfect example. Y'all, I was telling y'all to play Brandon Ayuk all season, right? And y'all kept saying, hey, what you, I'm not playing. And then you like, Terry, I'm dropping him. And then all of a sudden he hit now. Oh, you right. No, bro, I knew what it was. Like him having bad games does make me, it's too, you can't say that's bad in fantasy. Guys, don't you know how many guys had bad games? Like Jonathan Taylor last year. He wasn't even starting some games. But if you got off of him, that's on you. That's why you lost. So bad games don't just, like Kyle Pitts having a bad game, I'm still on him because I know fantasy. Now, if he wasn't getting no targets, then I was like, yeah, that's different. But yeah, bro, Najee gonna be fine, bro. Najee gonna be good. He just need to. The offense is gonna have to get better, and it's not really gonna get too much better with Big Ben being there. But Najee still can give you 15 to 20 points in this putrid offense. That's how good Najee is. So you're gonna be good, bro. He said, please laugh out loud. I got you, bro. I got you. Anthony, he said, what's up, bro? Yeah, you sold me Stafford over Cam. Okay, picked up Wentz and Madison, though. Okay. You told me Stafford over Cam. Okay, so that was good. I'm glad that happened. I told some people to start Cam, and like I said, guys, I apologize for that. It is what it is. I got to take that one. I got to wear that one on the chin. Anona said, starting Cam killed me yesterday. I'm down 11 with Terry McLaurin left, and he has no one. What you think? Yes, bro. I think you got it. I think Terry McLaurin can get 11 easy. Touchdown and a 20-yard catch. He said, and Madison worth a number one waiver wire since Cook is out. Yes, sir. He's worth it. He's worth it. Second take says, quarterback Jalen Hurts is nursing a sore ankle. He suffered during Sunday's loss to the Giants. It could impact Hurts' availability for Sunday versus the Jets with the Eagles on their bye the following week. So, guys, you hear that? So let me add Gardner Minshew to that. Gardner Minshew is the backup for the Philadelphia Eagles. So Gardner Minshew might be a guy that you want to think about. Maybe you don't do it Monday. Like on Wednesday, but you think about picking him up if you got Jalen Hurts. Appreciate that second take. Appreciate that, bruh. And Anthony Williams says, thoughts on Cam's rest of the season. Listen. The game script was going exactly how I wanted. I'm not thinking Cam is going to be throwing 5-6 touchdowns, but he can rush for 2 a game. But, bro, because of CMC, I got to move on. I say stash him and see what he does, but, bro, you can't play him without CMC. You just can't do it. CMC, to me, was the reason why I was playing Cam. And then they didn't use the game plan like that. They didn't sprinkle CMC with about 11, 12 targets. That's what they needed to do. Give him 12 targets. That's to bring the defense up and then let Cam take his shots. But if you want Cam to break down a too high safety from first down to fourth down, he's not that type of quarterback anymore. He don't run enough for that. And so he's going to throw a lot of picks if you ask him to get behind by 2 tugs. But if he can run the ball and throw it to a great player like CMC, he's going to be fine. But CMC is out probably for 3 weeks. So Cam is probably going to be out of commission for 3 weeks because I'm not going to trust the playing without a healthy CMC. Excuse me, guys. Austin says, like I played Burkhead in a supposed smash matchup this week. Yeah, I told people to play Burkhead. Guys, he did good. And the reason why he did good is because look what Nick Chubb did. Guys, there was a lot of top 12 running backs that finished less than he did. So he didn't dudge you out. That's all you can ask. And yes, it was a smash matchup. He said it set Gaskin in a hard matchup and lost because of it. We can't predict these things. You can't. All you can do is make the right play from the beginning. That's why I tell you guys, the biggest part of fantasy, don't listen to nobody. The results does not matter. I don't care. The biggest part of fantasy is making sure that you got the guys that's going to get targeted multiple times in your lineup. So if you got a running back, you need to make sure he's going to get 10-plus carries. Easy. And he's going to get green zone opportunities. If you got a quarterback, you want to make sure that he's not a turnover machine. You want to make sure that he's going to be throwing accurate balls or have a chance to have rushing touchdowns in the green zone. So you're not worried about, well, who's the best quarterback? Because, guys, you can have a great play like a Kyler Murray. He might only have 15 points. He's done it. And that team killed. So you want to get guys who's going to have high value. That's why playing people in garbage time is big in fantasy. So, like he said, playing Burkhead in the smash lineup, he had to do that. Why would he play Myles Gaskin, who's been done you all season in a hard matchup, and set Burkhead when he's playing the weakest rush defense in probably the history of the game. Like New York Jets is giving up so many rushing yards, it's crazy. So Burkhead was the right play, but it didn't happen. It didn't manifest that way. So you can't get mad at yourself when the results come out. Now, if you set a guy that got a great matchup, and you knew like, I'm gonna get cute, I'm gonna play somebody else because he's better, and then that happens, that's when you should be mad. Yep. Second take says Anthony Williams. I think this might be the Sam Darnold show. Sam Darnold. Oh, buddy. Second take says at Austin Kohler. I agree with you. I'm not hating on TD at all, but I was stating what he said. Yep, that's all. We know that second take. We know that. So you were asking questions actually for me to address everybody, bro. I'm not talking to you, bro. You know, because you ain't even bring this up. I asked you to do this. So, bro, ain't no hard feelings. I like this because it helps me explain why I said it. And some things I'm not going to make no excuse. It's not no excuse, bro. Like me telling people to play Mike Davis, that he was going to be a bell cow or a top 12 running back, no excuse. It's all on me. Wrong assessment. A lot of other people talked about don't play Mike Davis. And I said that. But that and maybe like 2 or 3 other takes are the only ones that I'm really wrong on. Keenan Gainwell still to me is a good play. Because, guys, if you see him being used, like, imagine Tyreek Hill. Imagine if Tyreek Hill was a rookie and I told y'all, I said, listen, pick him up. Tyreek Hill was putrid as a rookie. He did good kickoff return stuff, but you couldn't use him as a starting lineup. But what if I kept saying Tyreek Hill? And everybody's like, man, you crazy. And then what would you say now? You see what I'm talking about? So in Keenan Gainwell, in 2 years, you got to make sure that I was wrong. Keenan Gainwell is a great play. That's what my videos was about. That Keenan Gainwell is a play, and I still think he might have an opportunity this year. So he's not going to finish a top 12 guy. No, he never was going to do that. But I did think that he had a chance to finish as a top 30 guy easy. I thought he could do a top 30 in PPR, but he's not. So I wear that one. But yeah, that's how it happens, bro. Second take says, is Nick Westbrook a good wide out to get? He had 10.5 PPR fantasy points for week 12. Yeah, as long as A.J. Brown and Julio and Marcus Johnson is out, he is. Nick Westbrook will be good. Yep, that's why I told people to play Nick Westbrook too. B. Silver says, bro, hold on to Deandre Johnson or drop for Jared Patterson before tonight. Hold on to... I would say go ahead and drop Dearness and go ahead and get Jared Patterson just for this week. But it's only there. Deandre Johnson is for the rest of the season. Something could go down where Nick Chubb went down or Kareem went down, right? Excuse me. So then Dearness should have another play, but that's a lot. That's 2 running backs that something has to happen to. Jared Patterson is going to be the number 2 running back next week. So for next week, I would say make that move if you need to win. If you don't, then I wouldn't worry about Jared Patterson if you got like a good record, right? Because Dearness Johnson is, to me, is a better play going into your playoffs because you never know what can happen to Nick Chubb or whatever. Jared Patterson, I don't know if he's going to get a full workload like a Dearness Johnson would ever get. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason. But for this week, Jared Patterson is a good play, a good pickup. Second take says, TD, Dan Quinn is the coach for the Cowboys, and I'm glad. Because Mike McCarthy is not a good coach. I said what I said. Now listen, I'm not saying he can't win a Super Bowl, but I just don't like his coaching. I don't like the way he coached. That could be just me. Second take says, got a question on Will Fuller. How will he affect Waddle and Parker and Gaskin? He's not going to affect Waddle. But he can affect Parker and Gaskins. But he's not going to affect Waddle. Waddle is the number 1 on this team. He's the wide receiver 1 rest of the season. I said what I said. As long as Tua is healthy. Second take says, yeah, a guy in my league has CMC and Swift and is probably done. Yep, I'm telling you. That's why I go 0 RB. Because imagine who got Leonard Fournette. You should have picked up Leonard Fournette just because that was the value in the 4th or 5th round. Not just because, Leonard Fournette is better. No, I'm not proclaiming to know who's going to be better than other people when the coach said this other guy's going to be there. But I do know that you can get hurt, or I do know that you've been hurt 3 years in a row, so you're probably going to get hurt again. I got to get your backup. That's how I assess it. Dean James Talley. He says, lost CMC. Someone wants to trade me Najee for who though? I have Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Antonio Brown, Rashad Bateman, AJ Dillon, Madison, Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, Zach Moss, and McKissick. Bruh, I might give up Madison for him. That's it. One-on-one trade. I'm not giving up no 2 or 3 players to get no Najee. So I would say, look, man, I'll give you Madison for Najee. Or if you wanted to, it's up to you. Damian Harris for Najee. I'm not touching Dillon or Chase or Jefferson. Your receivers are killer. I'm going to try to get all those guys in the lineup. Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Antonio Brown. I'm getting those in the lineup. So I would do Madison or Damian Harris one-on-one straight up. Or I would package, if he would take it, he probably won't, McKissick, Moss, and Stevenson. He probably not going to take that. So Damian Harris and Madison could make the needle move. B. Silver says, just jumped into the chat and missed the draft 0 RB. You were talking about not drafting these first-round stud running backs. You said draft wide receivers early, right? Yes, sir. It's because of what's going on right now. That's the reason. And with the COVID situation, right? But the COVID is a little bit different. That's for anybody, any position. But for running backs, they go down, bro. So you got to kind of draft them in the 2nd and 3rd round. Well, I wouldn't say second. I say starting with your 3rd round pick, and then you draft them because those guys aren't going to hurt your team if they go down. So if they go down, you still got Tyreek Hill and let's say Stephon Diggs. You still got 2 killer receivers that can boom for you and win you weeks when you got running backs going maybe 10 points. And then you can pick up James Conner in the 8th, 9th round. Then the Fournette in the 5th or 6th round. Who else? There's other guys that you can pick up. Kareem Hunt in the 6th, 7th round. These guys like that, guys. Elijah Mitchell. You can pick him up off the waiver wire week 1, right? So this is why I'm saying don't draft studs in the 1st round, not stud running backs. It might be 1 or 2 each year, and I will let you know. Like next year, guys, I might tell you to go ahead and get Jonathan Taylor with the 1st pick. I might say that. I'm like, you got to. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he hasn't been hurt like that, so sometimes you got to go with it. But I'm not drafting CMC, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, and I love Derrick Henry, but I'm not drafting him in the 1st round either. Antonio Gibson, I have to wait and see. I don't know. I took him in the 1st round in some picks. He's been healthy for me all season because I know he was young and he only had 33 carries in college. Second Take says, yeah, you're one of the top creators with predicting the award on Dillon, Connor, Taysom Hill, MVS, Ayuk, Moore, and Bateman. Yep, I was on those guys. And Second Take is some videos that I'm gonna share to you, bro. Next time, comment on the video, and then I'm gonna share a link to you with a video. I'm gonna share it to you because I got some other videos, bro, that nobody else has said. Like, bro, I was the first guy in the whole world to talk about Antonio Gibson with fantasy football, that he was going to be a beast. I was the first one. Now, I had another guy that was with me at work that he went out and said some things that I didn't say. He said he was going to start. I didn't know he was going to be a starter, but I knew that he was going to be nice. It's kind of like I talked about Kenneth Gainwell. I had no clue that Antonio Gibson was going to be a starter, but I watched him at the Combine and at Memphis, and I said what I said. So there's some other guys out there too, bro. I talked about a 2-quarterback system. My second video that I ever did, bro, was I talked about a 2-quarterback system. So it's a lot more other videos out there, bro, that I've been on. AJ Dillon, I was on him last year. Claypool, I've been on Claypool. He's about to start taking off. I know a lot of people like, well, what about Claypool? All right, you about to see. He's about to start taking off for you for your fantasy football playoffs. I said what I said. Who else? Let me think about some other guys that I've been on. Real quick. Let me see. I just want to let my guys, because I know y'all trust in me, but I want to let you know what kind of channel you on. Like, I'm not just saying stuff just to say it. I want you to understand what's going on. Real quick. Real quick. Okay, Justin Fields. I've been off on that one. I talked about Justin Fields. I've been off on that one. I still like this offense. I still like Mooney. I still like Justin Fields. Guys, if you in Dynasty, go pick up Justin Fields. I think he's going to be fine. And when he comes back, this team is going to be fine. I really mean it. Let me see who else. Taysom Hill. I've been talking about Taysom Hill all year. Ramondre Stevenson. DK. I've been a little off on DK. I still love DK as a talent, but Russell Wilson, once his finger went down, it's been a wrap. So I take them. There's two guys that I've been off on. DK and Mike Davis and let's say Justin Fields. That's three. All these other videos I'm talking about. Tyrod Taylor, I hit on that. Nelson Aguilar, he's a good streamable guy. I said he could be a top 24 guy, so I'm wrong with that one. So I say I'm wrong with that one. Elijah Mitchell. Kenneth Gainwell, I think that's still to be said because I never said he was going to be a top 24 guy. Water. I talked about Water and Fuller. I said they guys was going to be good for Miami Dolphins. And I still feel that way. When Fuller, he got hurt. So Water's been there. Michael Parsons. I said he looks like Lawrence Taylor. So that's just a little couple guys. And I'll go through some other videos later. Let me see. Second Take says, Seahawks running back Penny Homer inactive. Faces Washington. Yep. So it's going to be a Collins game. And DJ Dallas. Second Take says, is Javonte Williams a RB15? Devontae Smith a top 20 wide receiver rest of the season? I think Devontae Smith is a top 24 wide receiver. He's going to have some good games. Javonte is a top 24 running back. He's going to have some good games. So all these guys are top 24 guys, and they're good players to have. And I think they are going to be good going down the stretch. Javonte, I think if anything happened to Melvin, he's going to be a smash play. Devontae Smith, I think he's going to be volatile, but I think he's going to be better. He's going to be a good flex play. B. Silver says, down 9 with Gibson left to play in 4 PPR. You good, bro. I think Gibson has at least 15 points tonight. I hope he go for 30 because I have him on my team, so I need him to go for 30. Now, I'm only down, but me and this guy, we both got players to go, so I need him to score as much as possible. Second Take says CMC is out for the year. That's what I heard, too. Woo! B. Silver says, with waivers this week, are you targeting Chuba Hubbard or Amir Abdullah? I'm going to go with Chuba because he's going to get all the green zone touches when they get in the green zone, if they even be able to get in the green zone. So, yeah, I will. If you targeting that backfield, I would say Chuba over Amir. Anthony Williams says, thank you. Great content. Appreciate it, bro. Sir Bong's alive. What's going on, bro? And Second Take says, thank God I didn't trade for CMC yesterday. I know that's right. Yeah. I don't think people are ever going to be really trading for CMC like that. He too volatile. Second Take says, do I need to trade for Madison? I got Aaron Jones, J-Rob, Javonte, A.J. Dillon at running back. No, you don't have to, but if you wanted to, I would take Aaron Jones and somebody else and try to go get Madison. I would try to do it straight up if he would do it. But I would try to get Madison on my team. I would consolidate, give a 2-for-1. That way I don't have to decide who I'm going to play. Now, I don't want you to get Madison and then Dalvin come back next week. So you need to watch out for that. So wait before you trade for him and find out if Dalvin is going to come back in 2 weeks or he's out for about 4 weeks. If it's 4 weeks, then you go get Madison. B. Silver says, what's your outlook on rest of the season with Curtis Samuel? Is he a bench stash or is he just a stay on waivers? He is a bench stash. Curtis Samuel will be good. That's why Deandre Carter, this might be the last game that I can use Deandre Carter. So Curtis Samuel is a good stash for them going into your playoff, bro, because Washington offense is doing this. They're getting better. Self says, I need 13.6 points from Terry. That ain't hard. I think you can get that. He says to take home the dub and move into second place. Yeah, bro. I think you can get that. It's Terry McLaurin. It's not 30 points. Not 30 points. It's 13.6. And David says cutting edge. Thank you, David. Thank you, bro. Second Take said it's cutting edge content. Yup. And Second Take, if you still here, bro, how do you think I'm just as right as other content? Say like the big guys, like fantasy footballers, all these big channels that got like 100,000 subscribers. Are they better than me? Listen, bro. I ain't gonna, I'm just asking it honestly. I don't think they are. I don't think they give advice. Sometimes they go outside the box, but they don't go outside the box as much as me, and they don't hit with their starts and sits as much as me. Them guys is always telling you to play guys like Emmanuel Sanders and all that type. And them guys don't be hitting, right? They just got so many people that they don't want to address it. I'm going to address it. I love talking about when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to do nothing but get better from it. So these other guys, they don't want to talk about it. They're going to know your chats. They don't care nothing about what you said, and they're going to move on to the next week. SB, what's going on, bro? He says, who do you think will win the game with Washington or Seattle? I'm going to go with Washington. Woo! It's going to be a good game, bro. It's going to be a real good game. I'm going to say Washington, but I want Seattle to win. I'm going to say Washington, I want Seattle to win because I like DK. I got DK at a bunch of spots, and I want DK to go off. So, really, I don't really care about who wins. It's mostly that I want to see this a high score. I want it to be a high scoring game because I got like 3 or 4 players in fantasy playing this week in that game. David has said the big guys are not better. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Second Take says, yeah, I think you're up there with them with your long-term season takes as well as stars and sits. They are mostly safe. They are. And guys, I could be 100%. I could just play safe guys and I might miss one player every 3 weeks. I just tell you, nope, let me look at the rankings. Nah, don't play him. But you wouldn't have the guy. Listen, more guys on my channel compared to the ratio gonna win championships. And the reason why y'all gonna win championships, because how many of you would have AJ Dillon on your team? How many of you would have MVS on your team? How many of you would we get ready to get Taysom Hill? You wouldn't. You go to them safe channels, you're not gonna be able to get them unless you got waiver wire save or waiver wire fab or waiver wire priority save to go get one of these guys, right? So that's why I believe you. But you're right, bro. They mostly safe. He said they guess a lot and always cookie cutter. They always cookie cutter. So they not gonna be that wrong as much as you maybe think that I'm wrong, which I'm really not that wrong if you really look at it. Because like you said, my stuff is kind of like season takes. It's getting you ready for the playoffs. Because, like, I've watched this content, and when I got to the playoffs, I had guys beating me in the first and second round, guys that had guys that nobody was on. And I'm like, wait a minute. And so as I've been keep playing fantasy for the last 3 to 4 years, I'm like, these guys are the guys that I want going into the playoffs. I don't want the D-Hop and Pat Mahomes and Tyreek Hill wasn't winning you fantasy football championships. It was guys off the Jets, guys like, it was just different guys. Now, CMC did win a personal championship a couple years ago. But most of the time, guys, is guys that are off the waiver wires. Guys like Cam Akers. You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is not a top 12 quarterback, but he would end up finishing as a top 12, and he would boom for you during the fantasy playoffs. So I'm telling you guys to get you ready. I'm not telling you guys that, oh, look at my team. Oh, you got all the number 1 guys. No, I don't give you that. That's not how you win fantasy football championship. You show me one team that got a bunch of studs that went like he only lost 1 or 2 games and won the fantasy football championship. It's not going to happen. Very rarely. B. Silver said, it's just the way you address your sits and starts. It's with confidence and it back up with facts. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Second Take says, a couple days ago, football team were favorites. Yesterday, it was a pick'em, and today the Seahawks are favorites now. Yeah, that game, so it's going to be a close game, and I think it's going to be a high-scoring game with the line moving like that, bro. And second Take said, yeah, I got A.J. Dillon because of you as well as MVS. Yeah, and I think A.J. Dillon, bro, you're going to be able to play him in your fantasy championships. I'm telling you, you're going to. That's why I listen, guys. Y'all let me know if y'all win championships because I'm going to post, and I want y'all to send me a picture with your lineup and also with your face, and I'm going to post it on my channel if you win your fantasy football championship. Second Take says, Beckham has been diagnosed with a hip pointer in the aftermath of Sunday loss at Green Bay. Jordan Rodriguez of The Athletic reports. Hopefully he can play with that hip pointer, bro. Hopefully he can play. And Second Take says, exactly, the first half of fantasy football rankings are like, yeah. But now all the rookies and cutting edge players show up, and off something stars, and off stars or stars that show up. Okay, I don't know what that last word meant, but yeah, bro. So I get what you're saying. You said basically like, yeah, all the first half of the fantasy football rankings are just guys that you know by the name. But at the end of the season, those are not the guys. You need flex plays that's going to be like that wasn't booming in the beginning, right? Look at Brandon Ayuk. A lot of people like drop Brandon Ayuk. He's going to be on a fantasy football championship team if he doesn't get hurt. That's another guy. Brandon Ayuk is another guy. I did several videos on him all year. That's another guy. And Claypool. I think Claypool gonna be nice for you. He said, yes, one league I got studs everywhere with not the best record. Yep. Because they go to, things happen. B. Silver says, your short video clips on individual players with your insight are helpful, which continues to bring me back and watch you, as well as these pregame lives. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. And I'm going to keep doing those short video clips, and I'm also going to be doing more of them on OnlyFans, too. Second take says, Henderson emerged from Sunday's loss in Green Bay with a quadricep injury. I told you, go get Sony. I've been talking about Sony. He says, Jordan Rodriguez of the Athletic Reports, they say it shouldn't be long-term. Guys, go get Sony. I told you, I'm not big into Henderson. He's a good player, but he always getting hurt. Of course. Okay, of course. That's what he meant. Okay, of course. Okay. Appreciate that second take. And last question, guys, before I get out of here. He says, stars are stars, like Zeke. Okay, Hill, Diggs, Eckler, Jonathan Taylor, and Adams. Yep, stars are stars. Yep. But those guys don't really win you your championship. Like Zeke, I don't know if Zeke is going to be like a championship player. Now, listen, he helped you get there, but you might have to pivot. You might have to pivot to somebody like Elijah Mitchell, or I don't know. But he might not be your a league-winning running back, right? So, guys, appreciate everybody being here. Let's see how many likes we got. How many likes did we get? 20. I take 20, guys. I take 20. All right, guys, y'all be safe. I see y'all later. Let me see what Anthony says. Anthony says, other content creators have nothing more than you, and you have the personality of a friend or a partner. Probably do a collab with Second Take. Yeah, I've been trying to get him, man. I don't think he wants to come on with me. He said he's thinking about it. Appreciate that, Anthony. Yeah, guys, y'all be safe. Y'all have a great evening. Let's enjoy this game. And peace, guys.